Welcome to the video VLSI design. This is about unit 2 and lecture 3, digital circuit design and testing using HDL. So in this video I'll be covering about state machine modeling. So the objective of this video is to make you understand how to model a state machine using VHDL and Verilog, as well as the FSM, some of the examples which are related to FSM. In the same books you are supposed to refer for VHDL as well as Verilog. So first we'll see the state machine modeling. A state machine is a digital circuit that relies not only on the circuit's inputs but also the current state of the system to determine the proper output. The basic building blocks of a state machine are states and transitions. A state is a situation of a system depending on previous inputs and causes a reaction on following inputs. So one state is marked as the initial state. This is where the execution of the machine starts. A state transition defines for which input a state is changed from one to another. Depending on the state machine type, states and transitions produce outputs. So here I am going to consider an example where the button is pressed, it is on. Again when the button is pressed, it will be off. So the example, consider the simple state machine. So it is having two states, one is off state and one is on state. On is the initial state here. It is activated when the state machine is executed. The arrows between the states denote the possible transitions. The transitions are on to off and off to on. They define for which input a state change occurs. Here the active state is changed from on to off for the input button pressed and back again to on for the same input. So in automata theory, there are two basic types of FSM, finite state machine. One of those is called Moore machine, named after its inventor Edward Moore, who introduced the concept in 1956. Moore machines consist of states and transitions. States are able to produce outputs and the output is determined solely by the current state, not by any input. So this is such a diagram. It is depending only on the current state, not by any input. So the output here is depending on the state only. Now second is Mealy machine, were invented by George Mealy in 1955. So this is the diagrammatical representation. So the output depends on the state of the machine as well as the direct inputs. So in comparison with Moore machines, Mealy machines produces outputs only on transitions and not in states. This often results in state diagrams with fewer states because more logic can be put on transitions. Now we extend the switch example into a light switch with different brightness levels. So as we have seen on and off switch, so with the brightness off, brightness low, brightness medium and brightness high that we are going to look at. The light switch has two buttons on and off. Pressing the on button switches the light on and toggles through the different brightness levels. So this behavior is modeled by the state machine shown. Pressing a button raises a corresponding event, that is on pressed or off pressed, upon which the machine reacts with a state change and corresponding outputs. So the output of the state machine is simply the brightness level. As in more machines, only state produces outputs, we need one dedicated state per brightness level. So here you can see, once it is pressed, the brightness can be low. Again the on is pressed, the brightness is medium. Again the on is pressed, the brightness is high, and so on. You can look at in this diagram. So the same diagram, be aware that both state diagrams, the Moore machine above and the Mealy one, this is the Mealy one, describes exactly the same system, no doubt. Indeed, automata theory states that you can always translate a Moore machine into Mealy machine and vice versa without losing any expressiveness. So here you can see. So now I am moving on to the example to describe an FSM, which is an elevator or a lift controller. So we all are aware of using a lift in a building to move on to various floors or various levels of a building. So here we are going to make some assumptions. We are not going to consider a 14 floor building or 20 floor building. We are going to make some assumptions. So lift service is between two floors only. Lift doors are closed and opened automatically. Lift fan is switched on and off automatically, used only when lift is in use. And if the door remains open due to malfunctioning of door etc., lift should not start or will not start. The direction of motion of motor changed automatically according to position of the lift. No lift calling system is available. So these are some of the assumptions. Based on the assumptions, we see the lift controller operation or elevator operation. What happens if the lift is in downstairs? If the lift is in downstairs, we should close the doors, start the lift fan, and check for closed door. Select the motor direction to upward, because it is in the down floor, it should move upward. Start motor and go up. Check for top floor position, whether it is selected or not. Switch off lift fan and motor and open the doors. If the lift is in upstairs, again we need to see whether the doors are closed or not. Start the lift fan and check for closed door. Select the motor direction to downward, because it is in upstairs, it should move to the downward. Start motor. Without motor help it cannot come down, so start motor and go down or come down. Check for ground floor position, that means selection ground floor, and once it moves, switch off light, fan and motor and open the doors to come out. So this is how the operation takes place, that is indicated in the state diagram. So first in the ground floor, so if we want to move, then see that doors are closed, fan is off, light is off, motor is off, because it is not moving. But if we want to move, then it should start up. So when it is starting up, the fan should be on, door should be closed, and then motor should start. So motor starting, we indicate it as 1. Door closing, again we indicate it as 1. And fan is running, we indicate it as 1. So this happens. Again in the going up, as I said, motor should be on, fan should be on. But once you are coming out, again the motor should go off, fan should be off, door should open, and then you should come out. So similarly going down, so while going down also this is indicated in 2 states. So how to write VHDL code for an elevator or a lift controller? So in the previous video or previous lecture also I have explained you that in VHDL code we should always include library IEEE and the packages from the library IEEE. So library IEEE use the packages Standard Logic 1164, Standard Logic Arith for arithmetic operations, standard logic unsigned is for conversions. Some of the conversion functions are available in unsigned. So entity. Now what does the entity or lift controller consist of? It consists of buttons, it consists of a clock, it consists of a door close, it consists of go up, go down buttons, and fan, motor direction. So all these are indicated here. So button, pressing the button, it is we press, so it is input. STD logic. Clock is also in input. Then door close switch is again an input. Go down is again input. Go up is also an input. But door close and open, the doors are opening and closing, that automatically again out at the output side it does, so it is out. Fan, it is out. Motor, out. And motor direction is also either up or down, it is again a out. So here I am going to explain you the architecture in the behavioral modeling style. So some attributes I am going to include. The attribute is enum encoding, because I want to see the strings, ground, starting up, going up, top. Attributes are nothing but extra things added to the design, or extra behavior what I want to show is what is called as attribute. So I am indicating this state type as a state machine using the type declaration. Type state machine or state type is, I am having how many states? Ground state, starting up, going up, top, starting down and going down. So total I have 6 states. So the same again, attribute enum encoding of state type. Type is, if it is 000 it is ground, 001 it is starting up, 010 it is going up, 011 it is top, 100 it is starting down, and 101 it is going down. Same thing what I shown you in the FSM or graph, or the state diagram what I have shown you is explained here. And I want a signal which is called as a state of state type, this state machine. So this all these comes under declaration part of a architecture. Now comes the begin. So I am taking a process statement, and within the process I am not going to use all the sensitive variables, because clock is a must. This is a sequential device. So with the help of the clock as it works, I have considered only a clock. Begin. So if clock tick event and clock is 1, that means that when the rising edge of the clock appears, then what are the states? So for switching the states in between those 6 states, I am using the case statement, because case is a switch case statement, it is easily suitable. So when ground, what all should happen? When ground, my door close will be 0, fan will be 0, motor will be 0, but if button is pressed, then it should start up. That means the next state should be starting up, otherwise it should be on the ground itself. Similarly, in the next case, when starting up, I should make the fan on. Door close is 1, that means I am making the door to close. Motor direction should be 1. So if the door close switch is 1, then it should start going up. So it moves on to the next state going up. If not, it will be in the starting up position itself. It shows that starting up, but it will not be going, it will be there itself. In the going up state, it will go into the next state. So when going up, motor will start. Motor direction it is showing, but here in this case motor is not running. Here now motor runs, fan also runs. Fan 1, motor 1 means they are running. And if go up is 1, then it moves to the top. If not, it will show just going up, that's it. Next, when top, what should happen? The door should open, that means door close will be 0. Fan should stop running, motor should stop running. If button is pressed, then it should go down. If not, it should be staying in the top floor itself. So when starting down, again the same thing should happen. The fan should be on, door should be closed, motor direction will be 0, but if the door close switch is 1, then it will show that going down, otherwise it will be saying starting down. When going down again, motor will be 1, fan will be on, and if go down is 1 pressed, then it will go to the ground state, otherwise it will indicate going down, that's it. And there is a last condition which is called as others, which should be used in the case statement as null. Then end case, end if, end process, and end architecture. So I hope you might have understood the example of an elevator to indicate the state machine. The 6 states are indicated here. So this is the way which you can express using VHDL. Same way you can express it with Verilog also.